This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film. And today I am thrilled to be speaking with, dare I say, a Renaissance woman. She does it all. She's a stand-up comic. She's a web comic. She's a screenwriter. She's an author. She speaks on that thing called, oh, I don't know, TED-Talk. She's an author. She's got so much content out there. And I just love the fact that she just unapologetically does it all. The one and only Joy Lin. Hello, Joy. How are you?
Hi.
Joy, I want to dive in first and foremost with where were you born and when did you realize that you had a funny bone?
Hmm. Well, first of all, I was created here in Austin, Texas, but I was born or assembled elsewhere. So I want to claim native Austinite status, but I was born in Taiwan.
Beautiful. I love the way that you just stated that. I'm sorry for that, but you just say it like it is.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, it's kind of disturbing. I know exactly where my parents lived, so I'm like, too much information. I think I was always a very goofy child. When I was in elementary school, I was performing comedy on stage. Of course, comedy in Asian countries is just very, it's less in your face. It's more like witty and humorous instead of
Yeah,
like ha 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 funny and
yeah,
less
right.
physical comedy. So I performed that kind of comedy where people wrote scripts for you to perform. So I really mostly worked on delivery. It really wasn't until I became a fan of comedy that I started doing comedy myself. In particular, there was one day I was actually in Fort Worth, Dallas area receiving a big educational award. And since I was in town for the night with nothing to do, I went into a comedy club where they had open mic night, where a slew of terrible first-time comics or maybe veteran comics, I don't know, got on stage and they were just being super unfunny for an hour, making me, who was never gone into an open mic before, feel confident enough that I could do it one day.
I feel like you have kind of this kind of like Clark Kent, Superman type of life, because isn't it true that, you know, for a while you were doing something during the day and then doing your kind of, dare I say, other bliss at night? Talk to me a little bit about this double life, Joy Lin.
Sure. So I have been a teacher for, about 17 years now. Wait. Guess what subject?
Wait, let's first talk about like 17 years, like, because I hate to like say that, like, oh my God, he looks so young, but like literally, like, were you like 12 when you started teaching professional, Joy Lin?
Oh, that's so sweet. I did go to college when I was 15, but no, I graduated when I was 21. I started teaching immediately. So,
And you're a math teacher, correct?
yeah, very racist for you to assume so, but yes.
See, I knew you were. See, this is the thing. I studied comedy at UCB for many years. So I knew you were setting me up, Joy Lin. Keep going.
No, I'm a math science teacher, both, because, Asian overachiever. Um, so I was doing that for the majority of my life, really, during the day. And then I host Comic Cons. Whenever they come to my town, I always host. And I've been invited to San Diego Comic Con to speak twice, which I find to be one of the highest honors I've ever gotten. I love that. I mainly speak about Marvel movies and DC movies and their superheroes and what will really happen to those powers in real life. For instance, if you're actually invisible from inside, then light will be shining through your eyes, meaning there's no light for your brain to interpret into an image. So if you're actually invisible from inside out, you're also blind because you can't see. Little things like this, just destroying dreams of children left and right. Like, what is your favorite superpower? Let me tell you why it sucks. That's kind of my shtick for the longest time. Yeah, so that's really my defining thing. Like the internet called me Joy, the killjoy of dreams, for I think like 2 whole summers when my videos from TED came out.
Wait, but time out. Let's talk about this because you are a smarty pants, and let's call a spade a spade. You enrolled in college at 15, correct?
Yes.
And on top of all of the fact, on top of the fact that like you're not only inspiring kids through your teaching, but that you are showing all of the young Joy Lins of the world who might be, dare I say, at times pegged as one thing, as maybe society likes to say, whether it's from society, parents, friends, whatever, that you are actually able to do it all. Was there like a moment for you, Joy Lin, where you were like, F it, I'm not gonna just peg myself as doing one as a math science teacher, but that I'm going to do and go after everything that my heart desires?
This is a very sad story, actually, when you go into it. So as I mentioned, I'm a huge fan of stand-up comedy. I'm a fan first and comic second. And when I first decided to start pursuing it, I told my husband, and he said, "Darling, you're brilliant at everything you do. You're just not that funny." And I divorced him that year. It was one of those things, just like, oh, okay.
Bye bye.
Funniest thing is he was not trying to be a bad person. He wasn't trying to hurt me. I'm trying to not curse. He wasn't trying to hurt me. He was honestly trying to protect me because his humor and my humor just don't align. Meanwhile, I have always been like the funny friend in every single circle that I've ever been to. So I know it's not me. But when he said that, I realized, oh, you really don't get me at all. And I need someone to see me as one of my core identities being funny, right? I just need someone to appreciate me the way I want to be appreciated. So that made me realize that I am not a good fit for him, and vice versa. And of course, now when you're a 31-year-old divorcee trying to navigate a dating world with Tinder and OkCupid and Plenty of Fish, and people just don't meet in traditional ways anymore, I very quickly accumulated a bunch of terrible date stories, enough to actually give me a special, like doing comedy. And then all of those jokes got strung together into a screenplay. So I kind of felt ass backwards into all of these things from like one thing. And then accumulating those extra life experiences gave me the material to turn them into different various forms of entertainment, if that makes any sense.
Joy, but what I love so much about you is that you went about, and this actually is really important for artists, especially artists, young artists, who are looking at this interview and following you in your trajectory. You went through life living in truth, but I think also in addition to and being smart, I think you're a great observer and you're a great storyteller. So it's almost as like you were just going through life living your truth, but also along the way, picking up tools for a tool belt that you might not have known what and how you were going to use it. But the fact is, you were taking these experiences and now able to relate to so many freaking people through comedy, because truth in comedy, I mean, usually comedy, as we know, comes from tragedy, trauma, grief, whatever. But the fact that you're able to, through your vessel and craft, being able to relate to people through comedy now with all of these experiences, this one obviously just being one of many, I think that's amazing.
I love that you said that because prior to becoming a screenwriter and a comic, I used to love interviewing random people, just going to a restaurant or going to an airport, just sit next to someone, just start talking to them, because I think everybody has one or two stories that's really unique about them, and nobody really ever spends a time to explore that. So I love talking to strangers, and I feel like it broadens my horizon, it opens my eyes to different cultures, and I've heard so many cool stories back when I was like a short story writer. And then when I became a screenwriter and I had to create new characters, these fake characters that don't really exist, what I do is I insert a little bit of what I call authentic detail, something that only this person in this job would know. For instance, I interviewed a bartender who said that whenever somebody sends a drink back saying this is too weak, he just drops 3 drops of vodka in the straw. So when they take that first sip, it's super strong.
Oh my God, what a great party trick.
But little things like that, only a bartender would know. So I love finding out authentic details about that. That makes my character seem real, you know, not just like this generic one-dimensional character. So that helps with my screenwriting, with my stand-up, with observation, with relating to people. And I think all of that came together when I turned 30. And I'm not saying young people have no chance, but I do think having more life experiences and talking to different people in different walks of life definitely helps you grow as a person in every single aspect, including art.
Absolutely, Joy. And I mean, I just got to chill because I can relate. For me, in my life, after performing 20 years with my twin brother, it was when I turned 30 that I went after my directing career. But I'm so grateful when, before I was like, oh my God, I'm starting my career. No, it was all those beautiful experiences that I forgot. I was like, while I was directing, I was like, wait, while I was performing with my brother all those years, I love talking to the tech people. I love talking to the sound and the light. I'm like, wait, I've been doing a director thing my whole life. Like, and similar to you, I was always asking people so many questions. They called me, they literally, oh my God, well, God bless. I was about to go through a trauma of what people used to call me, but we'll go into that some other time and I'll Venmo you for therapy. But yeah, no, I was always just so inquisitive. And then I realized that's what a director does, right? I'm the ultimate person to question, get to the crux of the matter. And I just effing love, Joy Lin, that you're able to, whatever hat you're wearing, as what you do every day, as a human, as a wife, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're a mom as well, right?
Yeah, I have an adorable baby.
How old are they?
He is 2.5, and he looks like a carbon copy of me, which makes it really hard for me to not love him. Sorry.
Joy Lin, I never want you to apologize for as long as you live because you are so effing funny. I can't even right now. Okay. Wait, I'm like not even looking at and of course you bring, that is you. What does your husband think?
My husband wants a DNA test because he doesn't think the baby is his.
Literally on that note, okay, for more on Joy Lin, you can read more about her right below this video. Joy Lin, I freaking love you.
Thank you.
For more on the incredible Joy Lin, like I just said, below this video, and also on top of everything else, Joy Lin, I'm just so grateful that we're connected now, that you're joining this app. And, because you do so much, and I'm so grateful. I've gotten to talk with hundreds of artists all over the world, and involved with so many different disciplines. And I don't know, I just love that you do it unapologetically. I'm sorry I'm on a soapbox right now. I'm just kind of, I marvel at who you are and what you do. And I'm very impressed and frankly inspired.
Oh, thank you so much.
And oh my God, your son, what's his name?
His name is Cyrus. Okay, his full name is Cyrus Octavian Siegel, so that his initials will be COS, which is cosine in math. My husband says that's the nerdiest thing he's ever heard.
I thought literally it was going to be cosplay.
I said that afterwards. I'm like, because we both go to Comic Cons when we cosplay as Archer and Lana from Archer, and I got the big earrings. So yeah, I have a ton of cosplay pictures from those. But mainly it's cosine, and it won't come into play until high school because that's something you learn in high school geometry. Hopefully my son will be big enough to defend himself or have a good sense of humor. But it's not a playground bullying kind of a pun, so I think it's okay.
I can't with you, but I can. Joy Lin, you are, dare I say, a complete joy. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.